All right, we'll see how the lighting is. Boy, I got to figure out that lighting. I don't know if I'm going to like this one either. We'll see. I am a couple minutes late again today. I just can't get my crap together, apparently. Let's see where we're at. Hi, guys. All right, and it's muted. Yay. Okay. Beautiful. All right. I am not crazy about the lighting right now, so we'll see how it goes. Whew. Yeah, that's a little better. I still need lighting though. I got to put more light on the outside. I got to move that thing, but it won't be today. Okay. Hi. Is it me or 7:30 coming a lot faster? It seems to me all of a sudden it's like, oh no, we're here at 7:30. All right. So how is everyone tonight? Hopefully good. I have, where did I put it? I have something to unbox really quick that I am excited about. And then I have some new stuff to hopefully help with our shadow work. Here we are. All right. So first of all, we did, hi Nicole. Glad you could join us tonight. I think we did some really good work last night, so that's good. I want to continue a little bit kind of where we left off and build on it a little. And now I know I said for homework, everyone should kind of come with something written down. It's okay if you didn't, because the thing that I was going to do with that, I left at the office. It was one of those days. And I told you it was going to be a kind of a busy day this morning. And it was, which is all right. It kind of made everything go a little faster. So that was good. But it also meant that I didn't get as much of the stuff done that I wanted to prepare. So we'll kind of plan on this weekend doing the actual hands-on stuff. Hi, Angela. Hi, little Dandelion. I'm so glad you guys are here. Hopefully everyone had a halfway decent day. I actually, all right, this is really distracting to be able to see that. There. That's better. Now we can see the witch. Hi, Blue Moon Readings. Nice to have you here. So I was saying we got some really good work in, I thought, last night for the Shadow Work series. And I know I wanted you guys for homework to bring a piece of paper written down, one thing of shadow that you wanted to work with. I did not bring the thing home. I forgot the thing home, though, that I was going to do that with. So I'm sorry. And little Dandelion, it's okay if you need to disappear for a little bit. I actually think I might keep tonight's session a little bit short. Two things, because one, I forgot that thing at work that I wanted to do that with. And two, my husband actually has off tonight or tomorrow, which means tonight he can kind of be up and hang and stuff. And we have some things to talk about. My niece is in town, and so we got to talk about, you know, all that other stuff too. If she's coming for dinner soon. And actually, I was thinking of having her on a live, but I haven't talked to her about it yet because she's a pagan also. And I don't get to see her very much because she lives in North Carolina. So that would be nice. Oh, I forgot to mute. Hold on one second, guys. Let me mute this because I know it drives everyone crazy. First thing I do want to do real quick, if you guys don't mind, because I didn't get a chance to even look at this. I got a little package in the mail, and it is from Supportive Tarot, Lisa and Peggy. Peggy makes tarot cloths, as well as tarot bags and stuff. So this is her. Can you see it? Nope, I forgot. You can't read it. Oh, it drives me crazy. I will link it after the video, though. I will link her Etsy shop in the comments here. But it is Sparks Creations, and it's spelled S-P-A-R-X Creations, all one word. That's her shop in Etsy. So I was terrible because, hi, glad you could be here. I don't know if you guys subscribe to Supportive Tarot, but she's great. I really like her a lot. And she had a contest running recently where she was giving one of her wife Peggy's tarot cloths. And I loved it. And I thought, oh, I really want that. What if I don't win? Which, you know, was pretty obvious. I mean, not that I couldn't have. I wasn't saying that. But so I ordered it. So because they had one more in her shop. And I ordered it, which it came. So I just wanted to show you guys to kind of support Lisa and Peggy. Hi, Wayward Son. I'm so glad you joined. And already, my camera is already going to quit on me because my internet is horrible. But hopefully we're back. Good. Okay, so I ordered the cloth because I wanted it so bad. And they were so sweet to send it to me, which it came very nicely wrapped, and I was going to show you that, but I forgot, and I just ripped it open. I haven't seen it yet, though. See, isn't it cute? And they wrote me this nice little note that, you are such a doll. Thanks, Jennifer. And hi, Starlight Spellsinger. So look at, isn't this cute? I fell in love with it, and they showed that that's what it was going to be. I thought, oh, I really want it. And I thought it was the cutest little pattern. It's perfect for Samhain. And it's double-sided. So look at the double-sided. So look at the back is like this really pretty black. Isn't that gorgeous? And I'll tell you what, guys, really cheap. Not cheaply made. I mean, really inexpensive. When I saw how much she was charging, I thought, oh my gosh, I have to have it. So I bought it so that way I wouldn't have to worry when I didn't win. I actually got it still, which was horrible, but I really wanted it. I loved this fabric. That is just really cool. So now it's like the perfect size to bring with me to work. And because I always have some kind of tarot cloth with me at work. So I know that I'm not putting my tarot cards on anything I don't want them to be on. So just to show you, she does great work, and it is, again, it's Sparks Creation with an X, S-P-A-R-X Creations, all one word, and that's her Etsy shop, and that's Peggy, that's Lisa from Supportive Tarot, that's her wife, who's, the two of them are just great. They crack me up every time I look into it. So another idea that I can do with my spare fabric. Absolutely. And I don't know if you can see this big, oh, I'm going to knock the whole lamp over. See, this is a huge round laundry basket, and that's where I keep my fabric. So because I have a whole bunch of fabrics and stuff too, and when I open my Etsy shop, which will be a while still because there's too much other stuff going on, but I put together altar kits, and so I always include some kind of altar cloth with it too. So I keep all kinds of fabrics and stuff, but I just loved this. It was just great, and it's such a good deal. So yay! I just wanted to give her a shout out because that was just great. I'm so excited. Okay, so I kind of thought when I forgot what I was going to do and left it at work, I thought maybe we could do hi Keith, glad you could be here. I kind of thought maybe we could do a tarot spread. Actually, let me bring my table in front of me. I printed out a couple of really great looking shadow tarot spreads. Hold on. So I'm going to switch this around just a little and put this in front of me so that I can lay out a tarot spread here. Hopefully. And hopefully, hi Dustin. Hopefully everyone is doing good, and it's almost the weekend. Thank goodness. It's been another long week. It's those kind of weeks that make me think, can I retire someday soon? Hi Tamara, nice of you to be here with us. Okay, so where is it? Okay, I got quite a few. I printed off quite a few shadow tarot spreads. And one of them is going to be a whole activity because it's really big. And so I'm not going to do that one tonight. But it's a really good one. So we'll make that for a separate session all by itself. But there's 3 or 4 here that I printed out. And I thought we could do one of them tonight. Because, like I said, I wanted to kind of keep it kind of short because the hubby's actually home tonight. And I want to call my niece because I'm hoping that she can come on with us this weekend maybe. And then you guys can meet her. Okay. You are the first person to pronounce my name correctly. Uh-oh. See now, how did I pronounce it? Tamara or Tamara? Or see, I know a couple different people with that name and they pronounce it differently. So it depends on how my brain skips. Hopefully I remember, which way and I just keep doing that way. All right. So let's see. I think it was this one. Hold on. All right. So we're going to do a tarot spread. And this is just to kind of give us an example of, we talked about, we have tried to figure out who or what we have triggers. And most of the time, Carl Jung tells us that our triggers are there, either the people or the things, the subjects that come up that trigger us are there because it's holding up a mirror. And there's something that we want to not face. There's something that we're trying to hide. There's something that we're trying to not look at. And so because of that, we should be really looking at that when we start shadow work as to why, what is it? What is it about this person? Or what is it about this situation that I am trying to block it out? There's something for me personally that I don't want to look at. So we've pulled this thing out. We've looked at it now. We've talked about there's 3 different things we can do with it. Hubby coming home tonight. Where can I get one of those? I hear you. I know it. He's working nights, so it's been a challenge to try to figure out our energy together. Hi, Michelle. So glad you made it. Okay, so we have, well, really, maybe that's what I need to do right now. I'm reading about asexuality, still not sure if it's a lack of viable options or maybe I'm just not into anyone. And I'll tell you, when we start talking about sex, some people get really uncomfortable. So I try not to do it too much on my channel, but I will tell you that as long as you have that sexual energy there, keep it encouraging it with yourself. I'll say it that way. And I'm sure everyone gets my meaning. And as long as you have that sexual appetite, then that's good. You don't need shadow work with it. Okay. Let's move on. I will warn people usually before I get into that subject, just so you know. All right. So we're going to do, here we go again. I hate that YouTube has changed this and now all of a sudden we can't read stuff when we're live. But hi, Jessica. I'm glad you made it. So we're going to do, I'm going to use my New Era Elements Tarot. because this deck is, guys, the more I use it, the more I am adoring it. For shadow work especially, I don't know. Well, for me, I guess because I'm really starting to think it really is my soul deck, I think that it's good for everything. But, of course, the more I look at it for shadow work, the more I'm like, heck yeah. And that Judgment card, there couldn't be a better card. I think I'm going to have a framed print of that. All right, so we're going to do a... You didn't receive a notification. You know, YouTube has been terrible with notifications, so I'm sorry ahead of time. Usually I try to post in the Facebook page. So if you're on the Facebook page, I did not do that today because my husband got home and I was talking to him for 2 seconds and then I'm like, oh, it's almost 7:30. I gotta go. I was late yesterday. Okay, so we're going to just do an example of a spread to work with the tarot on your shadow. Okay, so this one is called Working with Your Shadow. It's from Dream Intuition. The first card, there's 5 cards total. The first card says, what do I need to accept? And that's a good card for shadow work, right? There's lots of stuff that we are trying to shut out. And sometimes we just are not ready to do that, right? We're kind of more in tune to ignoring it or telling yourself that you're not worth it, you're not good enough. You didn't get one either, Kay. I'm sorry. YouTube is terrible lately. They really are. I have heard if you turn off the notification and then, yes, I absolutely will leave the link. After the live, I will get back on, you know, once it uploads it and put the link for the spread. And actually, I'm going to save the rest of them. Dustin, do you have the little bell clicked? Like if you go to the home page of the channel that you're watching, there's a little notification bell, and supposedly I do get them for some, like I'll get them for Simon sometimes, although not every time. If you click that bell, it'll tell you when they have uploaded. I think there's 2 different options to it now too. I think if it'll notify you only if they go live, or it'll notify you anytime they upload something new, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think. And I've heard that if you turn that off and turn it back on, it seems to be working better for some people. So you can try that too. I refresh the homepage every few minutes starting at 7:30 until the live symbol pops up. I know it. I don't know why the notifications don't work. I'm wondering if when they go to the new thing, which is, what is it, next month? That hopefully it'll get better. I went through a bunch of stuff the other day. I get like inbox type messages, but no dings. I usually get the dings for live and new. Mine never go off. I know. Sometimes they just don't. I don't know why. Okay. So the first card is, what do I need to accept? Yes, they're updating to a new system again. I keep getting the notifications and I don't want to go to the new system because I'm like, really, I know this system. So I'm like, no. But I'm going to have to do it soon, so at least I can work my way around it. All right, so what do I need to accept? We are looking at the Sun of Fire. So that is the wands. So creative energy. The Sun of Fire, sorry, just want to add, I was just talking about sexuality as an orientation or sexual identity, not the actual sex. Oh, I gotcha. No problem. And as I said, it's not that I won't talk about it, but usually I warn people when I talk about it because some people are more uncomfortable. So, perfect. Okay. What the heck am I talking about? Squirrel. All right. Sun of Fire. Creative energy. And what do I need to accept? I need to accept, and I know part of this is with my channel. My channel, I know eventually, just send me the invite when you want to chat. Don't worry about it, Butterfly Magic. Maybe in the group you can find someone to talk to more freely. There you go. I know with my channel and with this part of my life, the spiritual, creative part of my life is where all my creativity is drawn to now in this point in my life. So shadow work wise, there is something that is holding me back from committing to totally having all my money come from this part of my life. And I don't know if it's fear or because if I was going to do it now would be not so bad a time to do it. The kids are out of the house. You know, the husband is working. If we had to go behind on bills a little bit, that would be okay. There's something in my shadow that's holding me back. And so I know I need to accept that I'm at a point in my life where this creative energy, this creative drive, the new drive that I have for this spirituality and for teaching and for encouraging others and all that kind of stuff, this is where I'm going. And I know that. I know that's where I'm going. I have started to build up stuff for my shop for the last 5-6 years probably. So I know that it's heading there. I just haven't quite stepped off the ledge yet. And I don't know. Maybe it's because I've worked so hard to get where I am with my career. You know, X-ray and it's a steady career, and I know it's Monday through Friday days and it's all that kind of stuff. Maybe you need a safety net, and having all income from spirituality is dependent on sales is scary, risky. Absolutely. And I know that. And there's just something there that I'm just not quite ready to step off the ledge yet. And that's okay. Again, remember, with shadow work that we're doing, as long as we can acknowledge that shadow, we don't have to fix it. It's not about fixing it. It's about knowing that it's there, naming it, seeing it. I accept you. I love you as part of me. And knowing that it's there and not shoving it back down and covering it over. Right? Okay, so that's card 1. Good card. Card 2. What do I need to forgive? That's always a scary thing, right? Scary thought to be totally dependent on your spiritual work to live. You'll know when it's your time. Absolutely. It's you know, that stepping off the ledge. It's just that simple. I think it was easier when I was younger. Even though I had kids. I mean, I had my first son when I was 19. So not to be destroyed. Absolutely. Absolutely embraced for sure. And accepted and loved and felt like it's a part of you. Sometimes when we're ready, we can tweak shadow a little so that it's maybe not, I don't know how to say this. If it's, excuse me, if it's something that you are triggered by, then you can tweak it. You can change how your reaction is to it. It doesn't mean that you're changing that piece of you. It just means you're accepting it. Build your own building in your big yard. Save huge instead of renting or run out of room in your home. I thought about that. Actually, my husband, it's funny, when we got our taxes last year, he said, so do you want me to get, for our taxes this year, do you want me to get one of those big, huge sheds? And we could put it out front. You could start your shop out in the big, huge shed out front. And I was like, I don't know. Do I want that? Maybe. But then it's not, to me, the safety net thing, when I do something, I have to do it. And the safety net thing would be too easy for me to say, you know, I'm not getting a lot of traffic on this road, so it must be that the business isn't working. And I don't want to give myself that out because I know it'll work. I just have to be able to step off the ledge. So it has to be all or nothing. That's just kind of who I am. All right, what do I need to forgive? This is one of my favorite cards of this deck. Now, this is also one of the cards that triggers people a little bit. So I'm sorry if this is upsetting. This deck sometimes is built to upset you. It's built to make you confront stuff, which is why it's the perfect shadow deck. So this is the Three of Swords card. This is the grief. This is, I forget. What do I need to forget? I forget. Very good. This is such a great Three of Swords card. I mean, to have the tattoo of the traditional symbol up there and have that needle in your arm, boy. Just that, that sometimes you get a dependency on your misgivings, on your sorrow, on your grief, on your, and that to me, that is that need. You know, you ever meet somebody that it's like they have to have a chaos around them all the time. They're addicted to just the chaos. And if they don't have chaos in their life, they start screwing things up to make chaos. Bye, wayward son. Glad you could join us. This card to me is like that. It's like needing that grief. Sometimes there is, and is there an enough button for that? Sometimes there is just this need to hang on to something. And for me, that something, that heartache, that heartbreak is, and you'll never know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm back. It's going to happen a lot tonight, apparently. Definitely know a few chaos drama queens. They don't know how to function without that in their lives. Yep, that's true. For me, this need for something is, sometimes I feel like I have to always be challenged. I don't know if my life would be right if it wasn't something being challenging. Not chaos, not nothing is going right, not that kind of, but I worked really hard. I'll tell you an example. I worked really hard to get my X-ray license. When I decided to go to school, I was pregnant for my last child. I was 27. Yeah, 27 when I decided to go to X-ray school. And I had no idea. I was a secretary for a long time. I was a home health aide for a long time. My family owned a nursing agency when I was young. And so I always had a job in the nursing agency. And then my aunt and I bought a nursing agency in Syracuse, and with my husband, and we ran that for a while, but there was a lot of red tape and a lot of regulation kind of stuff that was going about in that time. And we decided it wasn't worth it. And then, so then I was kind of up in the air. I didn't know what to do. So I just did, like, I was a receptionist for a while. I was secretary for a while, but there was nothing that was really feeding my need to, with intellect, with whatever. So I decided to go to X-ray school. I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. But I had 3 boys at home, and I was pregnant for my 4th. And my husband was, you know, working to basically help put me through school. And it was a huge challenge. And then when I graduated, I had to find a job, and we had to move. It's going to be one of those nights with my internet tonight. And I'm not even on the internet. At least I hope I'm not. No, I'm not. So it's just going to be one of those nights, guys. I apologize. Anyways, I graduated from X-ray school. I loved it. It was great. It was intellectually challenging. And so that took the place of the challenge for a long time. I was great at it. I am great at it. So that was good. it's funny, once it became easy for me, I did CAT scan. So I went back to school and I did CAT scan, and I totally learned everything about CAT scan inside and out. And I was the best CAT scan tech you've ever seen. I created a quality management program for it. I started running the whole department, all kinds of stuff. Once that got, too easy, I started mammogram, and I did mammogram, and I'm the best mammo tech you've ever seen. And same thing. Once that stopped is when I really started delving into my spirituality. And so this is into my spirituality. And so this is the new challenge for me. This is the challenge of, how can I make this work? This is what makes me happy. How can I make this work now to make a living at it? What am I going to do that? And so that's what I'm doing. That is the basis for my channel, is to begin to teach. And all the stuff that I have is for the shop. That's my goal now, is this shop. And I am proud of that. But it's also, I feel sometimes I'm like, wow, can't I just stop and enjoy something? Can I ever just go, I made it. Now I'm here. But I don't think that, and no, Kate, you're not talking too much. You're fine. I don't think that that's what life is about. At least for me. Maybe it's not that way for everyone, but I have to have that stimulus. I have to be learning. I have to be growing. And so much so that we've moved my kids, and I feel kind of bad, but my kids went to 13 different schools. My oldest kids went to 13 different schools. We kept moving. I'd find a new job someplace. I went into training for something else. And while that was hard on them for some things, they learned to make friends easier. It's half a dozen, six of another. And I'm getting off track. But challenge. So for me, this is the challenge thing. I have to have that challenge in there. And that's what I need to forgive myself for, is making that drive something that I can never just stop and go, okay, let's relax and live. That's the part of living for me, is the doing it. Oh, I'm sorry. You have to get up early, and it's really late for you. So get some rest, honey. Hopefully you get some actual sleep. All right. Number 3. What do I need to release? What do I need to release? There's something in there that has to be released. And all this is good. This is like the whole steps of shadow work that we talked about. That's kind of funny. All right, so this is 6 of Swords, and it's knowledge, which does kind of tie into everything I was just talking about. So what do I need to release? Maybe is that need to have all the knowledge. Like, I don't just want some of the knowledge. I have to have all the knowledge. So, I do need to know that I'm never going to be able to have all the knowledge of everything. It does. It absolutely does. But it's okay to release that. It's okay to say, I'm not going to be able to teach every piece of everything that I want to teach. If I should show you sometime my business model, because I've had it for 3 years now, I think. And Peter looked at it one time and he said, are you nuts? What are you going to do? How are you going to do all of this? It was, I want to have a room in my shop to teach. I want to teach Reiki and crystal healing and crystals and tarot and this. And he's like, when is you time? I'm like, that is me time. I love this. This is what makes me happy. So, yeah, sometimes I just have to learn to breathe too. Because on top of it, I would love to, win the lottery and travel every place because I don't feel like I've traveled enough. I haven't been out of the country other than Canada and Mexico, which is out of the country. But I would love to go to Europe and stuff like that. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to, learn to breathe and delegate a little and stuff like that too. All right, number 5. We have 2 more. Number 5, where can I seek? Nope. Number 4. Whoops, we have a couple more. Number 4 is what can I learn? I can learn to not learn. Okay, first of all, I have to say, these court cards are loving me. I love these court cards. So here we are. Here is the Mother of Water, who's absolutely stunningly gorgeous. These court cards are amazing. Her face is just perfect. There's wisdom there. There's, the laugh lines. There's crow's feet around her eyes because she's a smiler. There's love in her eyes. So Mother of Water is the ultimate emotional, healing, loving energy. This is cups. So we're talking about the Queen of Cups. The absolute pinnacle of emotional being. So what can I learn? Sometimes it's not about knowledge and head learning. Sometimes it's just about being. It's about loving and being and able to be in the moment. And that is, that's why I love Eckhart Tolle and some of those kind of people who talk about living in the present moment. I hear you. I think I know if I could confront and challenge some of my shadows, I'd be able to be more content. I'd feel safer, right? It would be great. It's about nurturing too. Absolutely nurturing. Absolutely. It would be great to, I totally lost it. Went right out of my mind. It would be great to, what was I saying? Emotions and, menopause brain is high tonight. Oh, Eckhart Tolle. It would be great to be able to learn, and part of how to learn how to deal with my shadow part is all Eckhart Tolle talks about, all pain is unacceptance. You're not accepting what is. And when you are able to really soak that in, what you understand is, and I understand it when I think about it, but it's not. Thank you for coming, Starlight Spell Singer. I appreciate you being here. It is not about anything else. All pain, anger, frustration, guilt, outbursts. It's all about not accepting what is. It's about trying to make it different. This comes at you, and instead of accepting that this is what it is, you're trying to change it. You're trying to find a way for it not to be what is. So if you can accept everything that comes in as this is what is in the present moment and accept that totally and completely, suddenly it's not full of anger anymore. It's not full of pain. It is, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. All right, I had to log off last night because when you were talking about your mother and how she makes you feel and why you feel that way, I had such an aha moment. I needed to sit with it and meditate on it. Yay! Oh, I love aha moments. Good for you. I'm so glad. I love when that happens. When something someone says really hits you and you go, yes, yes, that's it. That's why. That's how. That's what I have to do. So good for you. Congratulations, and I'm psyched for you. Yay. Glad, glad, glad. Okay. Number 5, where can I seek healing and recovery? So I know what I have to learn. How do I get there? Where can I seek help for this? Two of Swords. And as a Libra, it is all about balance. All about balance. And, you know, as a Libra, unfortunately, I turn that balance scale outwards. Very rarely is my internal life balanced. I am making sure everybody else is balanced. I am making sure everyone around me is balanced, that there isn't any hardships, there isn't any hard feelings, that everyone feels accepted and loved. But I very rarely, lost the card, very rarely turn the scales inwards to say, how am I not balanced? What do I need? It's hard, and I think especially as a Libra, it's hard to look at yourself and say, I need something different. There's something I'm missing. Something is out of balance. Because my ultimate goal is to make everything around me balanced. And then I might feel more balanced myself, right? That's kind of, I think, as not only a Libra, but as a mother and as a woman, sometimes we tend to do that too. And I'm sure men do too. With men, usually it's about different stuff balanced in a different way. Not always, but a lot of times they're balanced. They want things balanced differently than we do. Our stuff, it's funny, most women think with their emotions first. And most men, and again, not every, most men think with logic. And so, like, I will find my husband sometimes looking at me like, what are you talking about? How do you even just do it? And I'm like, no, I'm talking with you because I don't want you to fix the problem. I just want to talk about it. And then I'll feel better. So it's about balance. All right, last card. Where can I get help? Where exactly can I get help with finding internal balance? Ace of Water, which is cups. So, for me, I'm good. Angela, I'm the same way. I hardly even work on balancing myself. I'm too busy trying to make sure everyone else is okay. That's right. Right, Angela? Sadly, it's the way we work. Every day when I go to feed the crows, I touch my tree. Just touch it. And imagine her energy flowing into me. Ah, that's a lovely thought, right? I have 2 maple trees that are huge old maple trees out in the front of my house that I call Grandmother Maple and Grandfather Maple after my grandparents. My grandfather actually built or helped to build this house. And they're huge and old, and they are, to me, they are ancestors. So I can't tell you how many times I just go out and just sit with my back up against them, with my feet up on, just sit, just to be with these trees. To me, all that they've seen and all that they've felt. I wish I had a tree. I always say, in my next life, I want to be a tree, right? I know, I love trees. There's something about that. That is a beautiful practice. Growing up, one of my closest friends was my willow tree. We had conversations daily. Absolutely. And willows, you know, there's something, I mean, obviously, with my magical name being Willowwind, there's something so magical about willow trees anyways, that they create this magical place with their branches that hang, and it's just like a fairy world under there anyways. So, Ace of Water, though, is the absolute beginning of emotion. It is the energy of emotional, spiritual work. And so where can I get help? Where I always get help. With my spiritual practice, with my emotional oomph, with, embracing all the emotion that is and not shutting that out and not being afraid of showing that emotion with anyone. As an empath, I laugh at me because I cry at, commercials, much less movies and TV shows and all that. But not being afraid of that, of really putting everything you have out there and saying, yep, this is me. If you like it, great. And if you don't, that's okay too. Doesn't mean I don't like you or I dislike you. This is just who I am, though, and I accept me. So if you accept me, great. If you don't, that's okay too. Nobody has to like everybody. Instead of keeping a diary, I would talk with an ash tree outside my window. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, guys. So I know this is, look at it. It's 46 minutes. I was going to say, I know this is really short. It's really not that short. I want to do, well, we'll see. I'll leave it open-ended because I ranted a lot. Because I don't know if I can get my niece here when she'll be here. So it may be tomorrow night that my niece will be here. It may not be. If my niece is not here, then I have a couple exercises that I'd like to try. One is definitely a meditation. I want to do another guided meditation. And I will try to tomorrow because I don't have too many patients, I think. Knock on wood. I will try to upload that meditation that we talked about. I'll just do the meditation from the Tarot of the Crone that we did the other night. So it's separate, so it's easier to find. And hopefully you guys have a good night. I'm going to upload one of my stories tonight. I didn't get a chance to last night. And I have 4 or 5 different books sitting here waiting to be uploaded here. So I will definitely be uploading one of them tonight. And hopefully you all have a good night. Friday at last, thank goodness. I worked with my shadow last night. It was so interesting. She's a child, so I talked to her like I would any of my students. It was refreshing. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And definitely, I'm going to enjoy my time with my hubby. Definitely sounds like you have some inner child work to do, and it sounds like you have gotten to a good start. Yay! Thanks, guys. I so appreciate you all coming every night. I hope that you're getting as much out of it as I am. Good. Hi, Heidi. I'm glad you've been there. Hi, Sue. In case I didn't say it before, I think I said hello to you. So, everybody have a blessed night. Yay.